Hello and welcome. Welcome to your Friday pick a card with me, Intuitive Rene. It's been a long time since you've seen my face, and I hope I haven't given you a horrible fright. Normally, you only get to see the hands and you only get to see the tabletop, but today I thought, you know what, I'm doing something quite different, and because of that, I thought I wanted to connect with you on a more personal level. So, hence why you're getting this camera angle for a change. So normally when we do Friday pick a card, normally I show you a couple of cards on the table and you get to choose bundle one, bundle two, or bundle three, and you go there and we have the same questions or the same theme, and we just get different readings. But today I'm really in the mood to change things up, and I have a deck of cards. These are ones that I purchased electronically and have printed myself, hence why they are blank at the back. But on the other side, they have a whole lot of questions. And I think I have used these before, but today I'm going to use them in a slightly different way. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to shuffle the cards on screen and I'm going to choose a question from here, which is going to give you the theme, the situation, whatever it is that Spirit want me to talk about for you for your bundle. And then once we've got the question, once we know what we're focusing on, I'm going to use my Light Seers tarot to get the answers. So each of the bundles are going to be very, very, very different. And that excites me. That absolutely excites me because, you know, a lot of the times I get comments from you and I love hearing from you. So yeah, please do comment below. But a lot of the times I get comments from you or people private messaging me or whatever saying that every time I do a Friday pick a card, it is like exactly the theme that I choose is exactly what you're going through. So, you know, there's some kind of synchronous kind of activity taking place here. And today I really thought, you know what, let's just go with it. Let's just trust. And I think again, that's such an important message for every single one of us, isn't it? With everything that we're going through in life, with everything that's happening around us at the moment, we need to learn to trust. And that's what I'm doing today. And that's what you're doing by watching this video. So, really, all you have to do is pay attention to yourself, your feelings, your thoughts, your inspirations, your inclinations, however you want to call it, and choose a bundle that feels right to you. And trust that it's going to have the right question. And if I can pick them up, the right answers, questions and answers. So today we're going to do a little bit of a, let's call it a spiritual Q&A with Spirit to hopefully give you the guidance, the inspiration, and everything that you need to hear right here and right now. At the moment, as I am recording this intro, I don't know how many questions I'm going to do. I don't know how many bundles there are. So again, I'm trusting. I'm not going to be editing this. I'm not going to be switching up and changing things. I record once and I let it go, and I trust that it's going to be perfect for you. So you'll have to just trust me. I'm going to do magic on screen now. And here is a photograph, which I will have inserted after recording this, showing you how many bundles are available to you. And you can pause the video at this stage and you can do a little meditation. You can use your pendulum, look at the timestamps, do whatever you need to do to pick whichever bundle is the right one for you. And when you know which is the bundle that you're going for, you can use the timestamps below to just head straight over to that section. And I really do hope that it's going to be the message for you. I really do hope that it's going to be the perfect guidance that you need from Spirit today, doing a spiritual Q&A. So let's get straight into it, starting with the first one. So hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle one as the bundle that has the spiritual Q&A that you need to hear, to see, to feel, to know right here and right now. So I have my question cards in hand. I'm going to shuffle. So I can't even remember how many there are, but there's a whole bunch. Okay. So let's just, and as I'm shuffling, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to connect with every single one of us, to connect with me, to give me the guidance and the protection, the understanding, the clarification, and just the knowledge that you need to hear right now. I'm asking Spirit to use me as a conduit of their love, a conduit of their understanding, of their compassion, and of all their wisdom and knowledge, and to make sure that whatever comes through today is exactly what to hear. And so it is. And so it is. Right, so question cards are being shuffled. And let's see what card comes through. I'm going to just take that one over there. Right, so here is the question. What do I need to do to raise my vibration and to become more in alignment with who I really am? How fabulous is that? Oh my gosh, I love that. So what do you need to do? Because it's not about me, it's about you. So what do you need to do to raise your vibration, to become more in alignment with who you really are? I absolutely love that. So I'm going to leave that card on the table here in front of me so that I can see it and I will reference it and I will show you as we go. I'm now going to pick up Seers Tarot. Seers Tarot is just such an awesome deck. And it's an incredibly popular deck, and its images are just so wonderful. I love Seers Tarot. So we're going to shuffle Seers Tarot. And as I'm shuffling this, we're asking for the answers to the question. And the question is, what do you need to do to raise your vibration, to become more in alignment? I've been talking all day long. More in alignment with who you really are. So let's shuffle and let's see what we get. So what do you need to do? We're asking Spirit, clarity, guidance, and information for each one of you. What do you need to do to raise your vibration and to become more in alignment with who you really are? And I have got two cards that have come through for you. And we're going to have a look at it. The first card we have, and I just think this is just so appropriate, we have got the Hierophant. And as you can see, if you look at this particular card, just look at that expression on his face. Let me actually hold it this side so that I think the camera will focus on it a bit better. Look at that expression on his face. Look at how gleefully happy and excited he is, how he's just sitting there in his energy and he's just like, he's just so loving life. What I am loving here as well is this staircase that's leading up to wherever it is that we want to be. The Hierophant is the card of keeping it simple. The Hierophant is the card of the teacher, a card of the spiritual guru, the person that we look up to, the person that we lean on whenever we need some guidance and inspiration. But what the Hierophant, sorry, I see I've broken the camera. Let's just fix that first. It takes me a while. Right, so the Hierophant is the card of simplicity. The Hierophant is the card of keeping things simple, but it's also about going back to basics, going back to your roots and not overcomplicating things. And I do think that's exactly what his message is for you. What do you need to do to raise your vibration? Well, first of all, you need to laugh a little bit more because that's what he's saying to you. You need to be a little bit more joyful, a little bit more happy, because you have to understand fear, stress, anxiety. It's a heavy energy and it sort of brings us down. But when we are more light, when we are happier, when we have more joy in our lives, it immediately raises our vibration. I understand life is hard, life is difficult, life is complex. I totally get all of that. But what we have to understand is that in every day, there are moments, there are times where we can be happy, where you can find reasons to be joyful, reasons to be excited, reasons to be enthusiastic about life. And even if it is just a fraction of a moment here and there, collectively together, that will bring you the joy that your soul, your heart, your mind, your body needs, so that you can be happier, so that you can become more in alignment with who you really are. Okay, and that is the most important thing, the most important thing. All right, the other card that is peeking up behind here is the Four of Wands. And if you look at the Four of Wands, can you see it's almost like, I'm going to call it the same energy. It's the same kind of vibration. They are laughing. These two ladies, I'm using the wrong hand. These two ladies are joyous. They are laughing. They've got a tambourine. They're having a party. They're having a celebration. They are celebrating life. Four of Wands is exactly that. It's the card of celebrating life, celebrating joy, acknowledging that which you have. So what I'm wanting to say with these two cards, with regards to the question, what I want to say here is that this is Spirit saying to you, we understand that you're going through a lot. We understand that there's so much fear, anxiety, panic, and stress happening in this world, but find reasons, ways, methods, processes that you can employ, that you can do, that you can act on, that brings a little bit of laughter, a little bit of happiness, a little bit of joy into your life. Remember, the question that we were asking is, what do you need to do to raise your vibration? Okay, What do you need to do to raise your vibration to become more in alignment with who you really are? You are not supposed to be so exhausted, so grumpy, so tired, so anxious, so nervous, so worried. That is not who us human beings, it's not how we were made. But circumstances and situations have created that within us. But who we truly are, we want to celebrate life. We want to have fun. We want to laugh. We want to be happy. We want to be merry. We want to be all of those things. So I think it's important that you spend a bit of time focusing on that. And I think it's important that you allow yourself, give yourself permission to be happy. Give yourself permission to find reasons to celebrate life and to be happy. And if you do that, you will raise your vibration. And what happens? What happens when we raise our vibration? Our challenges diminish. Let me repeat that because I think that's like really important. So, what happens when you raise your vibration? Your problems, your challenges, your obstacles diminish, they go away, they become unimportant, insignificant, they just poof, they vanish. They just vanish. So I think this is just absolutely fabulous for each one of you who have chosen this particular reading, this particular message, this particular inspiration, because it makes total sense. What do you need to do to raise your vibration, to become more in alignment with who you really are? What do you have to do? You have to smile, laugh, and be merry. It's as easy and as simple as that. Smile, laugh, and be merry. Find reasons in every single day. All right. So, friends, this is a short little message, a short little bit of inspiration and a short little bit of guidance for you, but I think it is exactly what you needed to hear. If you like this, if you like questions and answers, direct questions and answers about your problems, please do consider joining my YouTube channel. Click the join button below. I think it's actually on that side. Click the join button below, because every Wednesday night I do live readings like this where you get to see my face, you get to ask questions, I get to answer them for you to help you be the best person, best version of yourself that you can be, because that's the only thing that matters in life, is you improving and becoming a better version of yourself. And if you liked this video, please boop the like button. Boop the like button. And I do hope to hear from you. Put a comment down below. I love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this kind of reading, this kind of pick a card, if this is something that really appeals to you, let me know and I will be sure to make more of them. And until we connect again, with love and blessings, from my heart to yours, until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen the second Q&A as the Q&A for you today. I'm becoming a little bit of a poet here, apparently. All right, so welcome. I know this is a little bit different from the norm, but I do hope that you enjoy. I have my question cards here, and these are question cards that I have made myself, printed off. I purchased online, purchased digitally, and have printed off and made. And yeah, let's see what comes up for you. Let's see what is the question that Spirit want to answer for each of you watching this here and today. So as I shuffle the cards, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to connect and put a band of love, light, and protection around us all. We're asking Spirit to help give us the exact question that's on our mind, that's in our hearts, that our soul needs to know, and the answers that go with that to bring us understanding, clarity, and just hope for the future. And so it is. And so it is. Right. So let's shuffle and let's see what question Spirit feel is appropriate and applicable for each one of you watching this today. And we're going for this one over here. So these questions are just so fabulous. I'm loving it. So the question we have for you is, how is the work that you are doing linked to the greater whole? That's a very interesting one. Now, let me just put some clarity here, because I understand that a lot of you watching may not be working, okay? You may not have a full-time job, but understand that there is something that you do. There is something that you do on a regular basis, which could be construed, considered, understood as your work, your purpose, your function, okay? So even if you don't have a full-time job, this is still applicable to you, because there is something that you are doing that somehow that somehow is linked to the greater good, and we're going to understand what it is and how it is. I think that's a fabulous question. All right. So, how is the work that you are doing right now linked to the greater whole of the universe? So, we're not just talking country specific, we're not talking company specific, we're talking on a global consciousness level. Let's go big. I have my Light Seers Tarot, which is what I'm going to use to give us the answer to your question. I just want to move the question cards out of the way so that I don't make a mess. Right. So, how is the work that you are doing linked to the greater whole? So we're asking Light Seers Tarot to give us answers, inspiration, and guidance on how the work or the things that you do on a daily basis, how is it making a positive difference? I don't know if you saw that, but one card sort of just flew all the way onto the table. So I am going to pick it up, but I want, oopsie, another one, and one has just flipped. So I'm going to take the card that flipped and the card that landed. I'm loving this. Oh, I am loving this. All right. So the card that went flying on the table, let's do that one first. So the card that went flying on the table, the card that was clearly saying, pick me, pick me, pick me, is this one, which is the Queen of Wands. Look at her face. Look at her expression. Look at everything about her. First of all, the colors are so my colors. I love, love, love that. But what I want you to really see in this particular card is just, I'm going to call it the joy of life on her face, in her expression. She's got her one arm up like this, straight up like this, and it's almost like she's saying, yes, I'm doing well, I'm succeeding, I'm achieving, I'm fantastic, life is good. It's all of those kind of positive energies. And then on the other hand, she's got energy coming off. And then if you look, I want to just get my fingers out of the way, all across the bottom of the card, we have all these tiny little bits of candles glowing, okay? And each candle represents an achievement. Each candle represents something that she's succeeded, something she's done, and something she's accomplished. So you can see that there's a lot of candles, which means that she has accomplished a lot. So the question that we're asking here is, how is the work that you are doing linked to the greater whole? So you've got to understand that there's a lot for you to do because of these so many candles. There's a lot for you to do. And being successful, being happy, being enthusiastic about everything that you do does impact the whole, because your energy that you're giving off, and I say that because of this here, your vibe, your aura, the energy that you're giving off is impacting on everybody around you. If you look at the colors, so we've got this kind of cream color here, which is sort of going into the purple of the sky. It shows you how big you are. So I think it's a safe comment to make, to say that you are a very large individual, a large, big person. Your energy is so big, and your energy impacts and affects everybody else. Your enthusiasm, your excitement, your passion about what you do and how you do it and who you do it for and all of that is contagious. And it needs to be contagious because you impact and affect everybody around you. So how is the work that you're doing linked to the greater whole? The greater whole of the universe is understanding that even though you are just one candle, it only takes one flame, it only takes one spark to ignite a lot. And that's your function, that's your role. So even though you are just the conduit, I said for a fancy word, I love that, conduit. You are a conduit of happiness, a conduit of enthusiasm, a conduit of joy. Your purpose and function, the work that you do on a daily basis, is helping other people to light their own sparks, to ignite their own within themselves. The other card that I chose from the pack for you is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a major arcana card, and it's about getting different perspectives. That's really what the Hanged Man is. It's about getting different perspectives. So everything that you do in life, whether it is your job, whether it is the way you engage with friends and family, whether it is whatever it is that you do, you're always helping people to see things from a different perspective. You're always helping people to get a different idea, perspective, outlook on life. And that is absolutely fantastic. And that is how the work that you're doing, how it's linked to the whole. That is what you contribute, what you bring, and what you produce, and what the reason why you exist. So let's look at these two cards together. Again, I'm having to acknowledge the colors. This deck is just so colorful. I'm having to acknowledge the colors. So This particular card, we've got the reds, we've got the purples, we've got the oranges, we've got the yellows, we've got the fire energy. And on this card, we don't have fire. We've got the soothing calm of the green, but we've also got, if I can point to the right place, we've also got the little bit of yellow there as well. To me, this is talking about that balance between fire, passion, and enthusiasm, and understanding and compassion, which is what we've got here. Understanding and compassion, new perspectives, passion, energetic, fire over there. The way that I'm understanding this, the way that I am interpreting this for every single one of you watching this particular message bundled to, everything that you do, it's not about you. Okay, it's not about you. You are not a selfish person. You are not the kind of individual who does things for your own benefit. Yes, it would be great if you did benefit some way. It would be great if you did have some kind of reward for your effort, but actually, that's not your motivation. Your motivation is other people. Your motivation is helping everybody else succeed, achieve, and to find happiness. That is your motivation. And I think that's just so amazing. I think that is just so wonderful. You might be sitting there going, no, no, no. And if you are questioning and wondering what I'm saying and how it impacts or how it fits into your life, I'm going to ask you to do yourself a favor and to stop over analyzing it and just accept it. Because even though you might not really interact with other people, I can promise you one interaction with one person once a day, you're allowing them to feel happy, motivated, enthusiastic, and passionate about whatever it is that they do. You are probably also helping everybody to suddenly look at things from a different angle, see things from a different viewpoint, see things from a different vantage point, and therefore change themselves for the better, which is that ripple effect. Okay, and it's quite interesting when I say the ripple effect. And here with the hanged man, just look at what she's doing. She's touching the water. There's magic in the water. She could have hung by her hands and used her feet, but what she's chosen to do is she's chosen to hang upside down and use her hands so that she can make more of a difference. She can be more impactful. The other thing I want to show you between these two cards is how there is this illuminating light. Gosh, I can't point on both of them, and that light is the spark of divinity within you. So let's go back to this. How is the work that you're doing linked to the greater whole? Your purpose, your function, your energy, your reason for being is to inspire, motivate, and guide others. Whether you do that by selling a product, whether you do that by selling a service, offering a product, or just a smile. You know, how many times have you been in a situation where you're in a bad mood, you're stressed, you're worried, you're anxious, you're having all of those kind of negative thoughts, and somebody just says one little positive thing to you or smiles at you in the car next door while you're stuck in traffic, whatever the situation is, and doesn't that suddenly make you go, oh, okay, hello, and it stops you. It makes you look at things differently, and it makes you respond enthusiastically. And that is something that you do all the time. And that is the work that you do. And that is how it is linked to the greater whole. Your purpose, your function, and your everything is to make everybody else happier, better, and just more positive. I think that's just so awesome. So, friends, that's a really awesome reading. These kind of readings where you get to see my face, where you get to engage with me, where you get to ask questions and I get to offer answers, is something I do every Wednesday night with my YouTube channel members. If you would like to have this kind of an interaction with me more regularly, do click the join button down here now. It is a join button, and if you join on the inspired or the motivated tiers every Wednesday night, I am yours, undivided attention to answer any questions that you have. And if you did enjoy this video and you would like to see more of this kind of content from me, do boop the like button. Boop the like button. And don't forget to comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I love hearing from you as to how relevant, appropriate, and wonderful how you've enjoyed the readings. So with love and blessings, from my heart to yours, until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen question 3 as the question that has the question and the answers that you need in life today. Welcome. So we are doing things a little bit differently today. I have a whole deck of questions, and this is questions that I purchased digitally online and have printed and made into a set of cards myself. And once we have got the question, I'll explain a little bit more in a second. Once we've got the question from this deck, we're going to use my light seers to get the answers. So I thought, today I thought we wanted to do things a little bit differently. I like shaking things up and doing things a little bit differently from time to time. So what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle these questions, and we're going to get the question that is apparently appropriate and applicable for you. May it be appropriate and applicable for you. Something that you've been thinking about or wanting, or that your soul, or just something that you need to be mindful of at the moment as we go forward. So we're going to allow Spirit to guide. We're going to allow Spirit to give us whatever it is that you need to hear, and then we're going to get the answers. And hopefully it's going to be helpful. Hopefully it's going to give you whatever it is that you need right now. So let's get started. As I shuffle these cards, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to put a band of love, light, and protection around each one of us. We're asking for the appropriate, relevant, perfect message, perfect question, first of all, and then we're asking for the perfect answer to that as well. For whatever it is that's applicable and appropriate, I'm dropping the cards. Whatever's applicable and appropriate for all of us right here and right now. And so it is. And so it is. So let's see. Whoops. I don't know if you saw that, but it went absolutely flying. And the question that we have, I love this question. It says, what do I need to do to step more fully into my own potential? So it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. Okay. So what we're really looking at here is, what do you need to do to step more fully into your own potential? And I think that's just such an awesome question. So this is something that Spirit have decided is relevant and appropriate for you. This is the question that we're asking for your reading today. I'm going to leave that on the table here in front of me. Let me just get the questions out of the way here. And I am picking up the Light Seers Tarot to get the answer to the question of, what do you need to do to step more fully into your own potential? So clearly, immediately what I'm getting from that is that whatever you're doing, whatever's going on in your life at the moment, that you haven't quite reached your full potential, that there's something that's holding you back, there's something that's keeping you back a little bit, and there's something that you still have to do to really step into your full potential. So let's get from a Light Seers Tarot. Let's shuffle, and we're asking for the answers. We're asking for clarity. We're asking for guidance of what you need to do. What do you need to do to step more fully into your own potential? So let's just see what's going to come through from Light Seers Tarot. Okay, so I'm going to go for that card over there, and I want just one more. I'm holding it in my fingers. Let's do that so that you can see what I'm doing. And we take that one there. So I have got 2 cards, and let's see what we've got. So I get so excited. The first card that I have drawn for you is the King of Cups. I just love this King of Cups. Let me see if I can get it into focus. Just look at how he's got this energy coming from his heart center, okay? You can see that he's in a bit of a meditative pose. He's a little bit contemplative. He's a little bit focusing on himself. But one thing that I want to say to you about the King of Cups is he's very much in control of his feelings, of his emotions, of who and what he is. He doesn't need any external validation. He doesn't need anybody to fluff his ego and tell him anything about himself. So what do you need to do to step more fully into your own potential? It's about believing, trusting, and understanding the self. Okay? It's not about looking at other people and comparing yourself with other people. It's about being so happy and so content with who you are at the core of your being, and not needing anybody externally to fluff your feelings in any way. I know that's a terrible phrase, but anyway, the King of Cups, he's really in control. He's really confident. He doesn't need any external validation. But what he's doing by closing his eyes and being a little bit meditative, he's reflecting inward. Okay, he is reflecting on himself. He's not looking externally. It's all about the inner work. And this is something that you clearly need to do to step more fully into your own potential. Instead of waiting for other people's approval or for other people to say, yes, now do that, yes, now do that, trust you, trust yourself, believe in yourself. And if you can do that, you're going to be surprised as to how wonderful, how open everything becomes, and how suddenly more successful, more opportunities, and everything just sort of falls into place for you. The other card that I've got for you, Six of Pentacles. Um, and I have to say to you now, just even before I give you my interpretation of the Six of Pentacles, I have to say to you that I feel like there's a little bit of conflict here, okay? Because our King of Cups, he's so inward, he's so introspective, he's so focused on himself, on who and what he is. He's not really paying any attention to the people outside of him. But Six of Pentacles is all about helping others. So I understand why this question has come up for you, because clearly there is this conflict that you are having with yourself, by yourself, for yourself, about who am I, what is right for me, what should I be focusing, what shouldn't I be focusing, what should I be doing, what shouldn't I be doing. And all of this is creating this confusion. So to read the question again, what do you need to do to step more fully into your own potential? And the answer to that is to be confident in who you are, recognizing your own strength, your own conviction, your own understanding. Be confident in who and what you are while being of service to other people. And you know what? It's not easy, because as I'm saying this to you and as I'm looking at these two cards, I'm being reminded of myself, of my own life. You know, I am of service. I am always focusing on other people, helping and guiding other people. But in order for me to be able to do that, I have to be King of Cups. I have to be in control of my own emotions and not allow my own judgments and understandings and feelings and thoughts and perspectives and opinions to influence how I help other people. And by doing that, by keeping myself aligned in balance and in trust, I am able to step into my own potential. So, I'm not saying I'm perfect, because trust me, I'm really not, but it is something that I'm very mindful of. It is something that I'm very conscious of. And I think if you took that and became a little bit more conscious, a little bit more mindful of your own self versus what you're trying to do with the others, it'll help you to find that balance. And that's the only thing that we need in life, is balance. As soon as, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. If your scales are unbalanced, as soon as it's tipping one way or the other, things are going to fall apart. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be drama. There's going to be problems. And if you can just bring things back into balance, it's amazing how much easier it is to cope, how much easier it is to get through the difficult times, and how easy it is to overcome the challenges and the problems. So, the question, what can you do? What do you need to do to step more fully into your own potential, by admitting and recognizing who and what you are, keeping your opinions to yourself, be more focused on who you are, and be okay with who you are. I think that's the big thing, is be okay with who you are. Acknowledge your faults, acknowledge your insecurities, acknowledge your deficits, acknowledge all of those things, but be okay with that, and recognize that your life, your purpose, the reason for existence is to help other people. In whichever way, shape, or form you are doing it, helping other people is the most important thing for you. So, when you find that balance between these two, you will absolutely step more fully into your own potential. So, friends, I thought this was just fabulous. I have loved doing these readings. All three so far have been completely different. This is something that I do every Wednesday night in my YouTube channel. Those members who have subscribed and they've clicked to the side, click the join button down here. They every Wednesday night 7 p.m. we connect. We do live readings. You get to ask questions. I get to answer them. This kind of format, it's fabulous. It's wonderful. Do consider joining. Click that join button now. If you do like this video and you'd like to see more of these kind of videos, click the like button. Whoop the like button for me and give me a comment below. I love hearing from you. I really do. I love engaging and hearing from you. So let me know how this resonated with you. Let me know how this has helped you in your life by commenting below or connecting with me on social media. Love to hear from you. Love to connect with you. And until we meet again, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen question 4 as the question, as the bundle, as the one that has whatever it is that you need to hear right now. Welcome. We are doing things a little bit differently this week. I have a bunch of questions in my hand here. This is a deck I purchased digitally, I purchased electronically, and have printed and made my own deck out of it. It is full of questions, and looking at questions 1, 2, and 3 that I have already recorded, oh my gosh, amazing readings, so different. I could never have imagined that they have turned out the way that they did. And yeah, if you find yourself here at bundle 4, at question 4, welcome. We are going to find a question. Spirit are going to inspire us to choose a question, to come up with a question, to pick one of these, and it's going to be hopefully something that has been on your mind, something that your soul needs, or something that you just need to put a bit of time and effort and energy and thought into. And then once we've done that, I'm going to use my Light Seers Tarot to get the answers. So we're going to have a very interesting reading indeed. So I'm going to start with the question cards, and we're going to give them a shuffle. And as I shuffle these cards, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking Spirit to put a band of love, light, and protection around you and me, around all of us here today. We're asking Spirit to help us identify the question, something that we need to know, something that we need to be thinking about, something that is relevant and important in our lives right now. So what is the question that we need to be focusing on? And then please can Spirit guide us and help us to find the clear, concise, beautiful answers to those questions. And so it is. And so it is. Right, let's get a question. Taking this one over there. I have got 2, but I'm going to drop the second one because we only want 1. Let's see what our question is. What shift needs to take place in order to help me grow? I like that. So what shift needs to take place in order to help you grow? Okay, so this is obviously something that Spirit think is valid and appropriate for you, something that you need to know, something that you need to be aware of. So wherever you're at in your life at the moment, we have had some growth, okay? We have had some progress, but Spirit is saying that there's something that we're holding on to. There's something that needs to move, needs to shift, needs to change, needs to whatever, in order to help you take the next step forward. So I'm going to leave this question on the table here in front of me so that I can see it all the time, and I will show it to you a couple of times over. I'm now picking up Light Seers Tarot, and we're going to get the answer to this question from the Light Seers Tarot. So the question again, what shift needs to take place in order to help you grow? All right, let's shuffle Light Seers Tarot. So what shift needs to take place in order to help you grow? Let's see what comes through for us. So from the Light Seers Tarot, we're looking to take 2 cards because that's what I've done for all the other bundles, and I'm all about fairness. I'm all about, being transparent and doing everything the same. Let's see what needs to shift in order to help you grow. Okay, and I feel like I want this card over here. I'm going to hold it in my hand, and I'm going to take another card. With the other bundles, I had cards flying across the room. We haven't had with you, which means we're being very selective. Okay, and being selective, I'm taking that card. Right, so putting Light Seers away. The first card. So let's just look at the question first of all. Just remind you the question. What shift needs to happen, needs to take place in order to help you grow? So what shift needs to take place? And the first card that we have drawn is the High Priestess. High Priestess in this particular deck is just phenomenal. Let's actually see. Look at her face. Look at the tranquility. Look at the happiness. Look at the joy. There's no concern. There's no frown on her face. There's no anger. There's no frustration. There's nothing. There is just peace and tranquility on this card. I want you to really look at her eyes. Are they open or are they closed? So when you first look at her eyes, they look as if they are closed. But then on further inspection, I want to see if I can get it closer. See, she's looking at you. The High Priestess is the card of intuition. It's the card of seeing without sight, okay? It's the card of understanding. It's the card of trusting whatever information you're receiving, whatever information you're getting from a higher power, from a higher source, trusting that it is correct. It's also the card of having the knowledge, the understanding, the comprehension of whatever is important and significant. So the High Priestess, that's why her eyes are open, but they're closed. They're closed, but they're open. She has all that knowledge within her, okay? She is standing center between two pillars. There's a pillar here and there's a pillar here. And if you look at it, we've got the black energy here, we've got the white energy there, because she is in balance. She is standing between opposites, between day and night, between light and dark, between all of those kind of things. And she's very comfortable in her space. So the question, what shift needs to take place in order to help you grow? This High Priestess card is telling you that you've got to learn to trust your intuition and your connection to source. Okay, whatever source is for you, whoever source is for you. It's about trusting that you are connected, that you have that divine connection, and that it is right, that it is true, that it is relevant, and that it is appropriate. When you trust that connection, the shift is going to take place, and you will then grow, blossom, and become whoever, whatever you're supposed to be. Right, there is another card lurking behind. Let's have a look at what it is. So it is another major arcana card. So you've got two major arcana cards, which means that this is really important, that this message for you is really relevant, important, significant, and you need to pay attention. This is card 10 of the major arcana, and it is the Wheel of Fortune. And look at what she's doing. There's a couple of things I have to point out. We've got the dark, we've got the light. It's the yin and the yang. It's the balance between the two that we've got going there. She's also standing on one foot, and she's sort of like balancing on moving discs, on circles. And what this is saying to you, the Wheel of Fortune, it's often known in the tarot community, we often refer to it as the karma card. And when we look at these two together, there's a lot of similarities between the coloring, the black and the white, the yin and the yang, the opposites, and finding that inner peace, finding that balance, finding that understanding. The Wheel of Fortune card also says that sometimes you can't make a difference. Sometimes you can't change the outcome. Sometimes you just have to accept things as they are, accept the outcome as it comes. Understanding that sometimes things are out of your hands, and it's about trusting yourself enough to go with the flow and to just understand that what comes your way is meant to come your way. And if you resist it, if you fight it, if you try and hold it off, you're only going to make things more difficult for yourself. When you suddenly start accepting situations, circumstances, events, almost then the difficulty and the challenge goes away, and it's easier to deal with and it's easier to overcome. Back to the question, what shift needs to take place in order to help you grow? You've got to let go of control, let go of this thing of things, life needing to be a certain way, let go of the understanding or the thought process behind navigating, controlling, and putting yourself in a box. Remove all labels, remove all expectations, trust that the universe is taking care of you. Trust that the universe, spirit, are guiding and directing and helping you to be. It doesn't mean that you don't have to participate, because you absolutely do have to participate. But what you don't have to do is to try and label, control, and box. It's about recognizing that what will be, and be okay with that. Okay? You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with the fact that you don't always have control. And when you just learn to trust, when you learn to just go with the flow, you'll be amazed and surprised at how wonderful, how easy, how simple life can actually be. So what shift needs to take place in order to help you grow? You have to learn to trust. You have to continue doing your work. You have to continue being who you are. But instead of resisting and holding back and preventing things from happening. Just allow things to unfold and to happen in their own time and space. And if you do that with absolute, I want to say, integrity, love, compassion, and understanding in your heart, things will be easy, simple, and uncomplicated. This is not giving you permission to be lazy. This is not giving you permission to sit on the couch and watch TV all day. You still have to do the work. But instead of trying to determine the outcome, the final destination, let spirit handle that. And you just keep doing what you're doing. All right. So I do think that's such an awesome, amazing message. And I think it's going to make sense to you. I really do think it's going to make sense to you in one way, shape, or form. If you enjoy this kind of message, if you enjoy this kind of reading, please do consider clicking or joining my YouTube channel. There is a join button down here that you can click. Every Wednesday night, I do live readings for my members, for the people who have subscribed and who contribute on a monthly basis to my channel. And you get to ask questions and I get to answer them like this to help you become the best version of yourself that you can be. So if you would like that guidance, if you would like that opportunity, click the join button now. And if you enjoyed this video and if this particular reading has contributed something to your life and has helped you just understand something and have more clarity on something, whoop, the like button. Click the like button, and I would love a comment from you below. I love hearing from you. I love interacting with you. And it helps me, it motivates me to keep bringing fresh, exciting content to you to help you navigate life. So friends, with love and blessings, from my heart to yours, until we connect again, take care.